Drop a bomb, 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 bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky that.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb,
Going
bomb,
on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.
Oi, we are back. I am back. I'm about to bring in the squad. I'm about to bring in the gang, but you know how it goes. You got to bring them in exceptionally, perfectly.
Oh my God. No excuses. I don't want to hear, we're not full strength, X.
Roland, I should have said no excuses. I don't want to hear. I don't know what to do right now. I feel really good about predictions and stuff, but we're going to bring in the one and only down two. He goes by the name of Roland. What's it? Pros what?
Pros only
Pros only sport. But your team are not playing as pros. They're not playing as pros. Don't worry. That's the conversation. That is the conversation. And I'll be remiss if not to bring in some, living in New York energy. I'll be remiss to not bring in the woman, the lady that said this is how she's feeling great. She's been cooking, trolling for no reason. You can't get no rest. Wait, hold on. Let's look at you again. Hold on. Because you look different, bro. Where's the confidence gone?
It's still here.
Where's
it's
the
still here. I said
Where's
it.
The arrogance.
Look. Saturday night, prime time, in front of Spike Lee at MSG.
What time's that game? It's
8:30 tomorrow, bro. It's an early one. It's an early one.
Evening.
Yes, 8:30 here, 3:30 in New York.
I'm gonna be there. I'm doing that game. So don't go anywhere.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Let's go.
Okay, well, you're saying MSG. I already know someone that's gonna be close to the MSG. She's gonna be around the MSG. Make some noise for the one and only Riri.
No excuses. I don't want to hear, we're not full strength, X.
Riri, can't hear you. You're muted.
I'm gonna be in the block party, KG.
We're celebrating block party.
There's a block. When the Knicks play at MSG, they shut down the whole block. There's like New Yorkers are outside, brethren. We outside.
Do you know when I knew New Yorkers were out of hand here and getting too serious? They wouldn't leave. They wouldn't leave Boston's arena. They wouldn't leave. They said when
the lady was like, help, security
was I felt for that woman, but
security couldn't even help her, bro. We're not going nowhere.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, we got to keep it moving because this guy, hold on, I don't know, we're going to have to call him the Oracle. Jeff's moving like an Oracle. Let me just check his last, let me see what.
Nah, Jeff ain't moving like no Oracle, bro, because Jeff said that Boston was going to beat us.
Oh.
Jeff ain't moving like no Oracle.
All right, well, I'm going to bring him in.
I haven't heard from Jeff since Wednesday, bro.
Wait, Jeff's been hiding for you on the mains. Wait. Just making faces like, nah, don't try it. You could have heard from me. Hold on. Let's not waste no time. Let's bring him in. The great one. I'm calling him Oracle, but they're saying you're looking kind of fugazi. The one and only is Jeff.
What's up, y'all?
Bro.
I just want to clarify. I'm not hiding from nobody. I don't really be active in the chat like that for real anyway.
Come on.
Count my messages. I maybe sent like 5 or 6 messages in that chat. Have I not been sending a ton of messages in the chat?
Oh, nasty work. Again, listen.
But bro, I'm here.
We're going to get to all that. One thing for sure, though. Man of his word.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what's crazy about this? Riri did this. Let's have it right. Riri even tried to stop him from doing this. Riri said, "We don't need." We all tried to help him, Riri.
Yes, we did. We did. I was like, Peter is not necessary.
And if this guy continues, because once again, I'm seeing Peter say, hold on, watch it, Peter, Roland, Celtics in 5. Really? Shraggy? I don't know. Hold on, anyway, let's bring him in. Poor predictions, but he loves the sport. He loves the game. Make some noise to one and only Peter, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
All right, cool.
They catfished me, bro. They catfished me.
There you go. We're all here. We are here. And I just want to ask you, lot, like, we have to start with Boston. Like, who wants this? Who wants this? Peter, you start and tell us what the hell is going on.
Bro, they catfished me, bro. I wanted to predict the Knicks. The hate in me, you know, I'm a Lakers fan, so I wanted to predict the Knicks. But Roland then, and who was it? Telling me about Tatum, telling me about Jaylen Brown, telling me about
Roland and
this
Jeff, man.
these great shooters, you know, this great team, bro. And I switched and I said Boston in 5.
Roland and
I didn't
Jeff.
say anything.
No. Don't put that on us, bro.
Go on your own man.
You hyped
Stand on your
out.
own too, Peter.
Know your own man.
You
Stand on your own too.
Oh
Because
my
when me and Roland got to talk, we gonna have to stand on our own too. So
Trust me.
I ain't trying to hear. Oh well, we told you, so you.
And wait, it don't even add up though. It don't add up. JP, listen, hear this though. Are you telling me a Boston fan convinced the Lakers fan to root for Boston?
It don't
No, I'm not root. I'm not rooting for Boston,
But to
I just
believe
predicted.
in Boston.
bro. I'm a crackhead, bro.
Crackhead.
But I have some good predictions. So
Listen, well, before predictions and stuff, tell me what the hell's going on. Like, we need to, I want us to kind of forensically look at that game and where was it lost? Like, what happened?
Roll and break it down.
you know when Reggie Miller did this, yeah? That's what happened. I think the last game, yeah.
Yes.
So Boston had a last possession for to win the game. They had 24 seconds on the clock, and Jason Tatum, of all people, spent 6 seconds.
That's Roland Starboy.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to drain the clock down, and to maybe score, maybe not score. He decided to drive to the basket. He dunked, and he left 18 seconds for the Knicks to win the game. He left them 18 seconds. They capitalized. Then he missed it at the other end. He didn't miss. Bro, it was a great defense.
Even before that, bro. 2 games, 20 points.
2 games, 20 points. Yeah.
20-point leads. 2 games going into the fourth quarter, and these men blew it. 20-point lead. Both games.
Oh my God.
Both games. 20 points. Easy.
What we saying? What, like, I don't even know why he's smiling. There's nothing to be smiling about, bro.
I can. The reason why is because me, I'm detached from everything in it. Like when I watch sports for the fun. You know what I'm saying? But wait. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, look at
this. Listen to the man that was saying.
Wait.
Nah, KG, we gonna Imagine somebody calling in and talking about I'm detached from. Imagine watching Manchester United like I'm detached from the sports. I'm in it for the love of the game. Nah, man.
Wait, that is disgusting. Where's Antonio as well? Where's Antonio? What is going on? We're gonna bring him back.
He's at work.
Nah, I couldn't make it today. Nah, but Tonio is not a Boston fan. Tonio.
No, I just wanted him here though. For this.
Yeah.
It's okay. Go on. Go back to the lie that you're telling us. Tell us about
his detachment.
I'll be real. So just watching it from the first 2 games, right? I feel like credit to the Knicks, right? Because defensively, right, they've held their own throughout the whole game, throughout the whole 2 games, right? Shout out to OG Anunoby. he's been a monster in this. Like, and mind you, he's the only guy with a championship on that New York roster, so he knows about these moments. He knows how to get to the end, right? Obviously, Mikal Bridges has had 2 game-winning steals as well, so shout out to him. They built that team, right, with the talent that they have to be able to match up well with the Celtics. Those big wings, we're talking about OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, big, large, long wingspan.
You weren't saying this before, though. Why are you now talking about long wingspan?
No. I have to be confident in my team. So now, look. All right, so I'll talk about the Celtics and their struggles, right? They've taken 100 3-pointers throughout this whole 2 games. Yeah. And they missed 20. They've scored only 25. They've missed 75 3-pointers in these 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay. The reality
you got 10
is
in the last one. 10 out of 40.
But the reality is, I feel like they're anomalies.
Now, Roland.
That's my feeling. That's my feeling that Water will find his level. That is my feeling, right?
Can I ask you something?
Go on.
Everyone jump in. Phil need to jump in when you hear garbage as well.
No. It's not garbage. No, it's not garbage. But he said that OG is the only one with a championship. I think the Villanova boys won the NCAA championship.
No.
I mean, they won something. They have the
timeout.
They have the winning feeling.
Hold on, we're saying
college championship is not transferable.
Thank you.
Because
they won something.
The NCAA tournament. The NCAA is a tournament. It's a one and done. They didn't have to play a team multiple times.
They won it twice.
2, to address the OG Anunoby thing, that man had goose eggs the entire finals when Toronto won it. So I don't know if his experience of sitting on the bench transfers to helping the Knicks win. To me, there's a few things that I've seen that are happening. 1, the Knicks had a very, very tough series, a physical series, and that prepared them better for what they're doing now than the series that Boston played. 2, Jason Tatum is a much better player when he focuses on facilitating the offense rather than scoring. Him having to score 31 points a game in the Orlando series completely discombobulated the Boston offense, and he and the team have not gone back to what they were doing before, which is the 2 things that we saw. The 2 times they got 20-point leads, they were getting the ball in the paint and either scoring at the rim or kicking it out and circling the ball around for 3. That's how we get our threes. The way that we lost the lead was people coming down, dribble, pull up 3, step back 3, corner. Like the ball never made it into the paint for like 5 minutes. When the ball goes in the paint for Boston, good things happen. When the ball does not go in the paint, bad things happen. I also will say I slightly disagree with Peter about Tatum scoring too early. The problem that I had was Joe Mazzulla choosing to intentionally foul Mitchell Robinson when we were not already in the bonus, because all that did was make it so that we were not able. It put us in the bonus early in the quarter. It put us in a situation where if Jason Tatum scores that with 18 seconds left, but we still have 2 more fouls or 1 more foul until the bonus, we can foul Jalen Brunson, make them take it out on the side with less time on the clock. So to me, Joe Mazzulla really blew that game. He should have called a timeout and told everybody, yo, get in the paint, kick it out if you need to, but we need to get in the paint. But his philosophy of shoot the threes, we know we'll make it, we'll keep our confidence in it. It worked last year, but when Kristaps Porzingis is not on the floor, we do not have a way of getting the ball in the paint to make the defense collapse to make us shoot easier threes on the outside.
He played 14 minutes, though.
14 minutes is nothing in a playoff game, KG. He's a starter. He should be playing like 25 minutes at least.
Remember, it's against his old team, right? It's the team that drafted him, right?
That don't mean nothing. What does that mean? He was effective when he was out there. When he was there, we got the 20-point lead. When whatever is going on with him, I hope he feels better. But
hold on, you're telling me he's got a respiratory illness and you're trying to put him out there?
No. I'm not saying I'm trying to put him out there. What I said was we have to find a way to get the ball in the paint when he's not on the floor.
Hold on. I want to ask you a question right now because you're sounding heartless and he needs his heart. Are you saying he's got is there a breathing issue? What's going on with him?
Yeah, there's a breathing issue. And I said, I hope he feels better.
Why you want him to play more than 14?
No,
die,
I'm saying if he's only going to play 14 minutes and he's the only player that we rely on to get Boston touches in the paint, which collapses the defense, he either has to play more or we have to find another way to get the ball in the paint to collapse the defense.
What's getting on with Al Horford though? Like 4 points in the last one.
He's nearly 40, bro. He's nearly 40, bro.
I think he will be a player to watch in the next game. I think he's going to go back and he's going to watch that film. He's going to watch what Karl Anthony Towns did to him.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. This is what I'm saying. You know what? I like the. It's just disrespectful.
They're super disrespectful, man.
It's disrespect. It was so unnecessary. Wait. It's a fitting off. Hold on 1 second. Solo.
Let me make sure I get that championship patch in there. So
you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to hit it with the championship patch.
I'm not the one over here hollering we gonna repeat and we going this and we going that and we going
because y'all at home. You a Heat fan, right?
Knicks is not my team. I already said Knicks is not my team, but I'm a New Yorker.
I feel
and
you.
What Boston ain't gonna do is come to the Garden and do nothing.
They are. Spike Lee is gonna be on the court on the court side. Don't worry.
Just like New York wasn't supposed to go to Boston and win 2 games.
That's fine. New York have only won 1 game in the playoffs. All this playoffs. One game at home.
Says he wants 1 second. He says he wants to.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Y'all Blues to 20 points. 20-point lead. And y'all go sit here and analyze and talk about your coach and talk about your star player.
What are we supposed to talk about? What are we supposed to say?
Don't worry, man.
Bro, as a championship team, bro, you're supposed to know how to close out a game. And y'all
I agree with you.
And y'all
the coach should tell the team how to close the game out.
Bro, this is the same coach that won you a ring.
Yeah.
What happened from last year to this year?
I don't wait. What is going on? Can I ask a question though? Why do people hate Tatum, bro? Again,
because he's light skinned.
Is it because
he's a bum?
It's because he got LMA. Let's be real. They're jealous.
What it really is he did too much. He dick ride Kobe too much.
Ain't nobody who hating on Tatum. Ain't nobody hating
they
on
know
Tatum.
now they hate. I've never seen someone
for real now.
Why you hating on Tatum, bro?
Same as the Halliburton hate as well.
Listen, Tatum for me could continue doing what he doing, bro. I don't hate Tatum. He could continue going for dunks with 20 seconds on the clock.
He's gonna show you something tomorrow.
He could continue taking threes and just throwing them up. I don't hate
Tatum. He got something for you. Everybody.
Can I say something? Yeah, about
jump in.
Can I say something about what I said about the NCAA championship? For me, winning an NCAA championship brings a winning habit that you transfer to the NBA. For me, it's harder to win the NCAA championship because it's a one and done. Like a bum ass team can have a shooting spree and knock you out. Here, you can adjust your game. You can see actions. You can see film. So if you're 2-0 down, 1-0 down, you can still come back. In a one and done game, you cannot come back.
That's the only issue. That's why I'm not getting too crazy and getting gassed, because this ain't over. This is not over. And as you know what, Kat said something that really I didn't like his interview. He said, listen, I've been here before. We were 2 up and you don't want to get into a situation. When Kat's talking like that, it's a bit scary because big man, no. Like, I don't want to, that's scary. Him talking, losing, I don't need Kat losing confidence. Are you with me? But he's sounding just shaky, and they are giving up 20. Like, you are starting the game in a poor way and then suddenly coming back. You can't keep doing that because there will be a shutout at some point. But I don't know if you lot can manage the Garden. Is Boston going to be able to go to the Garden now that they're up, the tails are up, and they're going to fight? They're going to fight. At least even if you win one, you're not going to win the next one, for sure. They're going to win one game at home. So you're aware of that.
They only won one game in the playoffs so far, though. It was that first game against Detroit. Since then, they haven't won a game at home. The pressure's on them too, mind you. They actually have to win that game tomorrow. And I don't know if they can handle that pressure. Like, I don't know. I think Jalen Brunson can, because he's very poised. You see how he's poised throughout the game. He doesn't worry, right? He can close the game out by himself. If the rest of his teammates, if you miss a free, if you don't grab a rebound, all those little margins, right, will contribute to you losing that game. So you got to be on point tomorrow. So
yeah, but once he starts bringing the energy goes up on that team regardless. Because look at Hart. The minute Brunson starts bringing the energy, Hart was out rebounding your team in the fourth quarter like nobody's business, bro. The hustle that man had in the fourth quarter, your team, nobody on your team had that kind of hustle in the fourth. None.
I love. Go on.
They're
talking about Al Horford's gonna roll back the clock. He's gonna do a Casemiro, is what I'm hearing. You're saying that he's gonna turn up and do what? Because that's what you just said.
I mean, I remember this was the run to the finals in 22. That game, I think it was game 6 on the road, or was it game 5 against the Bucks when Giannis dunked on him. Al Horford was like, "I got something for you," and he scored 30 in that game, mind you. Like, Al Horford will have a moment in these playoffs. It might be tomorrow. There was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, he scored 7 threes.
Yeah, he gonna come to New York and go up to the Bronx and eat some bacalao and yeah.
And they not eating nothing in New York. They bring all
get that New York vibe. Is that New York vibes gonna put him in a situation,
y'all not about to poison
bro?
our players.
What poison?
Are you like the one thing we're seeing? Yeah,
all of Al Horford's family, I'm sure, lives up in the Bronx or Spanish Harlem. Ask him.
All I'm saying right now is you lot are getting taken over. The way they're talking, they're saying, I watched this whole video with just New York fans talking reckless.
Yo,
mixing for.
They would be saying that about everybody.
Boston, bro, had one of their OGs walking up the highway in his robe, barefoot, brethren. This is what this team's doing to their OGs. Like, you got your OGs walking up the highway in his robe, barefoot, sweating. Man was sweating, bro. 15 miles.
Why is there no response to this? What's going on?
Because when you're a Boston Celtics fan, you're used to being hated. You're used to being shit talked. So you just let people get their shit off. Now, the series is not over. Hatred. My prediction was Celtics in 6. My prediction is still on the table. It's unlikely, but it's still on the table. And I'm rocking with my team. So I let everybody do their talking. You can shoot all the bing bong videos you want outside the garden. But until you win 4 and go on to the next round, until you get a ring, because y'all ain't had a ring since bell bottoms and mutton chops and afros was in style.
Oh wait, hold on.
What am I really gonna get worked up about for the New York Knicks?
They ain't had a ring since when?
1974, my brother. And I look at it like this. In 2 games, I think defensively, Boston is still playing well. That's the only thing I'm really hanging my hat on with them being able to turn the series around. Last night, 90. The other night, 91 points. Game 1, 100 points in regulation. Generally, like, if Boston can hold a team to that many points, they're okay. But the shooting and the decision making is the biggest problem, in my opinion. They got to get the ball in the paint. Period. Point blank.
That can be fixed. That must give you a little bit of confidence. Antonio, jump in. What are you telling me about this before we move on?
I'm not gonna lie, I heard a lot of waffle. I'm supposed to be working, but I can't like to address the waffle. Number one, like, guys have like an identity where you shoot a lot of threes. You're not gonna change from that. No matter how hard you try, you're still gonna put up as many threes as like we've seen the last couple of games. What might change is like how you get it. I agree with that. Like, you might get the ball in the paint and pass it back out, but you're gonna shoot as many threes as we've seen you shoot the last couple of games. I won't change. Number 2, we gotta talk about Tatum. I put Tatum in my top 5 when people ask me like who's the best players right now, and I said there's an asterisk next to it because he does choke in the playoffs. Everyone like, oh no, what are you talking about? You're a hater. I am a hater. I'll agree with that. But that part was not hating. I was telling what I'm saying. It's something with him. I think it's mental because he has all the tools to be a superstar. But when it comes down to like that last part of the game, like winning, I think he lets like everyone else's like opinion of him gets to him because he has the tools to be really great, but it's just something missing there, and I think it's really a mental like brag or something that's happening with him. Because I don't know, I don't know how else to like to
He's
address
trying to
it.
be Kobe Jr. That's the
Yeah,
problem. When, like I said, when he focuses on facilitating, taking easy buckets, moving the ball, driving and dishing, his game is more fluid and the game comes to him. When he starts doing the tween, cross, step back, Kobe, stick my leg out so I can put it on my basketball card type shots, that's when he be bullshit. And that's when we start
yeah.
losing. And
Because
that's when we lose the momentum.
It's even the like mid-range, right? Like his mid-range game over the last 2 seasons has been really good. In the 2 games, I did not see him even get to that point in the back. Get to your spot, yeah, post, chuck it. Like he didn't do any of
He
that.
doesn't have a spot.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
So we are trying to say that's not your star, right?
He's supposed to be, but like I don't because it's not Brown. Brown is good, but like Tatum's supposed to be the star.
Brown is better than him.
Everybody
I will
wants
tell
Tatum
people
to
that
be the star.
I've been as a basketball person. For me, as a basketball person, forget rivalries, forget everything, just talent. I will take Brown over Tatum any day.
Same.
Yeah.
If somebody was like, you need to trade one or the other, I would trade Tatum.
I would take
Really?
Brown as a
Really?
basketball
Okay.
In a
player
heartbeat.
over
He,
Tatum.
in terms of, I think in terms of talent, like raw basketball talent, Tatum is.
Yeah, he's better than Brown.
Yeah,
Brown-
Tatum's like
Everything else is Jalen Brown.
Brown-
Everything else is Jalen Brown.
Brown's athleticism,
Defense as well.
like defense, his leadership. You can say that those things. Those are the things you can value in Brown. But we're
And
talking
his
about
and the number one thing, his decision making.
He understands
Yeah.
situational
His
basketball.
yes,
Brick
his
5 threes in a
decision-making.
row, get to the fucking cup.
Forget
But-
raw talent, because trust and believe, if you'd have put that ball in Brown's hand with 20 seconds left, y'all would have won that game the other night.
Yeah, probably. I mean, but the problem is that we say this, but then they went 7 minutes in that fourth
without
quarter
scoring.
game
Yeah.
without scoring. Do you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, because even me, you know who the best decision maker on the Celtics is for me? Is Derek White.
Derek White,
In the clutch moments, right? That guy, he's gonna make sure he makes a play for one of his teammates or himself to score.
But
Even
he
he
definitely
was-
wasn't making.
Even
Yeah, he
he
wasn't
was-
making decisions because he was throwing up threes like it's nobody's business.
But the thing about it, that's his game. But the thing about it, he was missing those threes as well. And when Derek White's missing threes, if Peyton Pritchard's coming off the bench and he's missing threes, then you know everything's gone lost. Everything's
But
lost.
the Forest got
It's
burnt
not
down.
gone lost. It's not gone lost though, because what you need is a coach who will step up and be like, guys, I don't mind you shooting threes, but there are good threes and there are bad threes. Bad threes is dribble, tween, step back, 3. Bad three is pass it around the outside, 3. Good 3 is get the ball into the paint, get their defense moving on whatever string, move the ball around and find an
double
open
team.
three.
Find a
Yeah,
double
I
team.
also think though, like what's happening right now is guys are overthinking it because people are keep saying like you guys are shooting too much threes. So when you guys get those open threes, instead of like shooting with confidence, you're overthinking. Should I be shooting this or not? Should I drive? Should I shoot this or not? Because I think like some of the threes you're taking, it's not as bad as it look, but you're overthinking it when you're shooting it.
I was watching when I was watching that game. I literally was paying attention to how when we shot a 3 after the ball went in the paint and when we shot a 3 without the ball touching the paint at all. And the difference is literally astronomical. That's why I keep hammering that point home. It's how they got most of their best threes during the season when they were a historical 3-point shooting team. It's how they got their best threes last year when they won the finals. How they're getting the threes has changed.
And with Peter's point earlier, like the NCAA like tournament is hard to win. Like Villanova doesn't win championships.
Harder, bro.
They won.
It's harder to win.
You know how hard it is to win at that college. Like they won 2 there, so like they have winning
I don't
mentality.
know why Ronald and Jeff are downplaying
they're
NCAA championships.
I'm not
NCAA
downplaying it. I'm saying it doesn't
are a
translate
lot.
to NBA.
That's
It's
the
a
big
lot
look.
harder. That pressure. No, but I
agree
think
with
with what Peter is going with that, he's talking about pressure and being able to handle pressure. When you can win an NCAA championship under, like, to Tonio's point, it's one and done. It's either you win your game or you going home.
Or out.
Yeah.
It's
different if it's like at Kansas or
Villanova. Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. Look at them. Look at them this week. Look at them. I've never seen the confidence. The arrogance is gone.
Don't worry, man. MSG were good, man.
Wait, time out. Last week, KG, you trying to characterize it as arrogance because I heard your Liverpool comment on the United Stand. I heard that comment.
Yeah.
Brother. Don't call me Liverpool.
You lot feeling kind of Liverpoolish. You were sounding kind of.
KG, you asked me for facts and I gave you facts.
Bro, they support Boston. Liverpool is up in Boston, bro. You gotta question these men sometimes.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I just say, you know how AGT was talking the whole run to them winning the league. I heard the arrogance in Boston, like New York was. You lot laughed at me when I said New York. You said
they laughed at us. They're like, "Who's New York?"
They laughed. They all laughed.
How can I laugh at you and say Boston in 6? Clearly, I thought y'all could win some games.
I mean, I was confident anyway. I'm gonna ride with my team.
Nah, you know what you thought? You thought they were gonna win the 2 in the Garden. That's what you thought.
No, that's not what I thought. That's not what I thought, Professor.
You can honestly say and tell me you thought they were gonna take at least one game out of you on the Celtics.
Yeah. Yes, because we've had a better road record all season. I've watched this team blow games at home in the playoffs throughout the entire time with Jason Brown and Jaden Tatum being there.
Wait, well, why is that?
Why is what?
Why do they keep doing that?
A plethora of reasons. Bad decision making, like Riri said. Trying to constantly put the ball in Jason Tatum's hand and make him the superstar and give him this Kobe moment instead of just playing good basketball.
But like they play better on the road though, so like it can't be all bad decision. I think it's part of like the crowd.
Bad decisions.
We gotta move.
If we go up by 20,
we're doing the game tomorrow.
If we go up by 20 and then we lose that by not doing the thing that got us up by 20.
KG, don't say you're doing a game. You're putting your producers on a strain, bro. You can't just be making on the whim decisions.
On the whim. Listen, let me put them.
You have to do that game. That game is important.
Let me tell them.
Look at KG's traveling trying to do the stream.
I gotta look out for my brothers in the back of the behind the scenes, bro. This man be moving mad.
Early game tomorrow.
Right, bro. It's an early game, 8:30. New York.
It's a must-win game for the Knicks too. They must win that game if they want to win the series. Yeah.
It's a must-win.
I hate you not saying it's must-win when they're 2 up though. That's
no,
crazy.
they had to.
It's a must-win. If they win it, the tie is over.
If the Knicks come out tomorrow and win that game,
it's over.
If the Celtics win tomorrow, then it's problem.
All right, look.
New York is gonna be on fire tomorrow night if the Knicks win
I
game.
Pray.
I might definitely have to go to the city tomorrow if New York win that game.
I'm watching, but we have to move on. And there's a reason why I'm putting this man on the screen right now. Because he talks to me about a certain guy, you know. We have to talk about the Denver series, yeah?
1 second.
I'm saying the main man, you know, he said it's oh yeah, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect because he didn't finish the game, did he?
No, but he
living in the past.
Talk to me. Talk to me because it was. I ain't gonna lie. That looked like. How do you say a robbery, a beat down? Do you know any other words for just something unfair? Like, is anyone?
Why are you quiet about the first game when he proved everyone he's the MVP? Why are you quiet about the first game? There was 2 games. Why are you talking about the second one?
I think the second one's more
2 games.
Yeah,
no, it's not. He was fouled out.
One was a steal and one was a beatdown. So now we have to figure out. Now we have to figure out which one is the blip and which one is the trend.
We'll see tonight.
The scoreline was crazy. The scoreline, bro. I was uncomfortable with the score at time. I said, "This don't feel like a playoffs." Like everything was. It wasn't going their way. You're talking about rebounds. You're talking about defensive rebounds.
Yeah, and beating Jokic in the paint, literally beating him.
Everybody's getting beat up. It's the playoffs.
Nah, sorry.
Yo,
Yeah.
OKC defense.
One thing I can say, I'm speaking for the entire playoffs. I like the fact that the referees have swallowed their whistle this playoff.
Agree.
I am loving it.
This real basketball now.
It's true basketball. You're literally watching true basketball right now, and I'm loving it.
Like, this is the basketball me. Well, I don't know how old you are, Riri, but this is the basketball I grew up watching in the 90s, where it wasn't just like you breathe on somebody, they get a foul.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
You're gonna have to earn your buckets.
Yep.
That's the biggest improvement Adam Silver has made to the NBA.
That's another thing a lot of people are looking for in this playoffs that I've noticed is fouls, because they're so used to in the regular season getting those fouls, and now the refs are letting them play, and they're not getting those fouls. So they got to play and they got to score.
This might be the best playoffs I've seen in years. I'm not gonna lie.
There's something that we have to talk about that is really the glaring thing for me when I'm trying to break things down. Yeah, turnovers. Yeah, in the last one, 20 turnovers. But you're talking about the steals as well. So the OKC, the steals are ridiculous. 12 steals. But then when you say turnovers for Denver, 20. Who are we blaming that on? Is that gonna? They can't put that on Russ. They can't put that on Russ, right? What is going on? What's happening?
Physicality leads to turnovers.
Jokic had 6.
If you drive into the basket and you used to nobody being able to touch you, making that kick out is a different pass than driving to the basket and somebody got his forearm on your hip, driving you off the spot. So everybody has to adjust to a certain level of physicality. And the teams that are more defensive, like, you know, even though they blew 2 20-point leads, all the games have been close. Boston, New York, even the way Detroit played in the first round, Indiana surprising me, and OKC, those are the strong defensive teams, and the refs swallowing their whistle is going to benefit them. The offensive teams are going to have to figure out a way to adjust to that level of physicality on the offensive side of the ball.
I think that's the best way to try and play Jokic, to frustrate him, though, and because you could see a total frustrated man. He clapped the refs on the way off as well. That guy, I don't know. He has to get his act together. Talk to me, Peter, though. What's going on in this one?
Oh, we'll see tonight, bro. All I'm gonna say. We'll see tonight. No one. Listen, no one talks about
that man to go up to Denver and play. It's gonna be serious.
No one talks about the first game when they were losing 12 points. He scored 18 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, 2 threes. Scored the last 8 of the last 12 points, 13 points. No one talks about that, but talks about him clapping the referee. I mean,
he's running back. He's running back like Luka, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like when he was trying to get back on defense, I said
they are night and day, bro.
Are we not saying
Luka Senior?
Wait, did anyone?
Luka Senior.
Am I getting mad or am I getting crazy?
No, he's not a good defender at all.
He's running back like Luka.
That's part of the reason why people try.
They're night and day.
That's why people are so hesitant to like put him in the like all-time great of greats category, because when we look at centers in the NBA, all of those people in the all-time great centers are good defenders as well as good offensive players.
But he affects the game like in so many ways.
But they do not touch him on the offense.
I don't care.
They do not touch him on the offense. Yeah, they are not even close in the offense with him.
On the defensive end, y'all got y'all ass whooped last time. Y'all got one of the all-time great centers, and he don't affect the game on defense at all.
He's not bad though. He's just not great.
No, he's terrible.
But to be fair, Shaq wasn't that great of a defensive.
Yeah.
Shaq, we don't talk about that.
It
does not fit the narrative.
But do you understand where I'm going with that? To contradict what Jeffrey's saying, Shaq was not a great defensive center.
In the playoffs, he was.
He wasn't a great defensive center. So
minus the finals where he got cooked by Olajuwon.
Minus the finals.
The biggest game. Minus the biggest game.
He won 4 after that. He won 4 after that
because of Kobe, bro.
Who was the finals MVP?
Oh yeah, we can't do that.
Kobe or Shaq?
We can't do that.
He averaged damn near 40 in the playoffs for those 3 championships. And defensively, he was serviceable, way better than Jokic was. He wasn't Bill Russell. He wasn't like David Robinson or any of those.
He will tell you that. He will definitely tell you that.
Defensively, Jokic isn't even on the radar.
Do you know what's crazy? Didn't we say with OKC they're quite young, so we don't know how they'll manage this moment? Was that the argument before? Was that the argument?
Yeah, I think game one was a function of them sweeping that first series.
All their players getting double figures is gonna give a level of confidence that you won't like literally everyone.
I think game one was knocking the rust off because they hadn't played in a while because they took care of their series. Denver went 7. They were still like in game mode. But game 2, OKC, they back in game mode now.
Wait, if I'm Denver, I'm happy. Like you guys
No, but that's what I was just about to say. You take one game, you take one game in that first 2. You're not in bad position.
Yeah, because they did what they're supposed to do.
They gotta go to Denver and play Denver, and that altitude in Denver, Ronald, that I was saying on your show yesterday, man. It's a different situation up in Denver, man. It's a different situation up in Denver.
Like yesterday on the podcast, we were just breaking down what was going to look like for game 3, right? And obviously, it's been a week since Denver obviously came through that game 7 against the Clippers. If you saw what they did when they came out in that third quarter against the Clippers, that was the way they played is the way they won the championship. They were getting out in transition and running, right? In that altitude. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to contend with. And OKC, as for me, after winning that game, whenever it was 2 days ago, they should have been on the plane straight to Denver because they need to acclimatize to the altitude and make sure they're in game ready mode.
When your lungs start burning up there, bro, it's a different story.
It's a different like feeling.
They have to approach the game in the same way that they did in game 2. Otherwise, Denver will come for them. Like,
so the productivity is going to be different there. The productivity,
oh, definitely.
They don't want to get blitzed like they did, like they did to the Clippers.
Players will tell you when they go up to Denver to play, if they don't, like Toronto's point, if they don't get there early and have a couple of practices, and they go from plane to stadium, it's a struggle.
We're in a lot of trouble.
And if I'm
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if I'm Denver, like you said it earlier, the pressure of like a young team, I just want to win one game here in Denver and make it like 2-2, and then going back to OKC, and then let's say OKC wins game 3, wins another game after that and make it 3-2. Like you start putting pressure on them, like they have to win, and then that's when you see if they're really ready for this. If I'm Denver,
if they want to win the series, they have to win 2.
They got to win both games.
If OKC wins 1, it's done. If OKC wins,
you think if they win 1 in Denver, it's done?
It's done.
Oh, okay. I have more faith in
the 2 games the Thunder played in Denver.
Guys, I need to go back quickly because before this happened, we obviously the last time we was here, we was waiting for who's going to come out the series between Denver and the Clippers. And hold on, what was you lot's predictions again?
No one predicted.
Nobody predicted.
I predicted the Clippers.
Okay, but then one thing
I predicted the Nuggets.
One thing we did see in that situation is my guy, the beard, Harden. How dare he?
I was annoyed.
How dare he?
Hey,
what happened? Why did he stop shooting? Why did he become the assist merchant?
That man is a scrub, bro.
Doc Rivers.
Steve Ballmer paid for fans to go from LA to Denver to try and do the wall. Hey, with all of their scarves. Hey, and all this type of stuff, yeah? Only for you to go and lose like this. James Harden, the game was done. And you walked out the stadium. You didn't even go to the podium and say anything. You just left.
That man's a scrub, bro. Legit.
Yeah.
Legit a scrub, bro. That's why it took so long for a team to pick him up. Like, nobody wants to deal with him, bro.
He doesn't care about
history. That's his history.
Nobody wants to deal with him. Nobody.
Like him and Paul George.
He just wants money so he can go through it.
Who's worse?
James Harden.
Paul George.
Paul George.
Paul George.
I'll say Paul George.
He's Luke Shaw, bro. Bro.
James Harden, because James Harden doesn't care. I feel like Paul George cares, but you just can't do it.
James Harden has been given everything he's ever wanted by Daryl Morey. He's been given everything he's ever wanted wherever he's gone. He's won an MVP, bro. If you're talking MVP level, you gotta back something. You can't be given an MVP and then just never show up in clutch time ever. Like people really thought, like after 6 games, in my opinion anyway, they've got a different James Harden. Game 7, Bro, that James
He just
Harden
don't miss it.
James
Yo,
Harden
Yo,
just
you
showed
know
up.
what's so funny? Kobe called this years ago about him.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kobe called this years ago about him. Kobe said it. Kobe said his style of play, he will never win a chip. Kobe called it years ago.
Kobe's
I just
Kobe.
I couldn't believe. I'm not gonna 7 points. He's a points getter, and
But
he
when
just
you
decided,
no, but
I'm
he's
gonna
the type
defer.
of he's the type of points getter that relies on getting to the free throw line. And when the refs are swallowing their whistles and that they're not calling that sweeping under, or when
Exactly.
you driving to the basket throwing your elbows into the defender,
Oh yeah,
they're not
yeah.
calling that in the playoffs right now.
Yep.
So you probably used to shooting 12 to 15 free throws a game, and that's not happening for you. Where's the rest of your game? How do you adjust? How do you
That's
improve?
to the point I was making. They're actually taking it, and I think that's the league making an effort because the viewership has been down so much, and the
Yep.
one-sidedness of the playoffs it's starting to push fans away. That they were like, you know what, we're gonna bring back some of the '90s. We're not gonna bring it completely back, but we're
Right.
gonna swallow our whistles
My
and a lot
goat.
of calls, and
So,
definitely.
well, let's move on to Golden State Warriors. I can't remember who's got the Golden State Warriors in what we say.
No one predicted, bro.
No
You have to
one-
predict
we- no
Nuggets
one-
and
no-
Oh,
no one
yo,
pred-
we gotta predict.
No
Let's
one
do that then.
predicted. No one predicted
start
the West,
predicting.
KG. No one predicted the West, but we predicted who we thought was gonna win the chip. That's what we did at the end.
All right, well, let's do this now then, because Warriors are in a interesting series right now. You need to keep a lid on. You need to keep a lid on Draymond because Draymond is gonna do.
Draymond is Draymond.
Draymond is gonna be Draymond
Draymond
forever.
listen, Draymond is my Dennis Rodman, bro. I love
Draymond
Draymond.
is-
Like I legit love Draymond.
He can't help
I love
himself,
him.
man. He
I
berated that.
love him.
He berates the refs. He's on anyway.
He's a
What are you telling me
WWE
though? What are we
character.
doing? What are we saying? Warriors. Who's got Warriors and how many games?
I go Warriors winning the chip, so I'm going Warriors in 6.
Yeah, I got
Warriors.
Warriors
same.
winning everything too. So I'll go Warriors in 7.
I'll go
They
Warriors in
said
7
Steph's not
too.
back till game 6.
But they got Jimmy Butler. I feel like Jimmy will show up like, at least for one
Antonio,
one
you
more
said
game
Warriors and what?
And-
Warriors and what?
in 7. I feel like as long as they can win one more game and give like Steph another extra couple games, they have a
Because
chance.
Ronald, it's not a pull. It's just a one stage 1. It's a strain, I think they said.
Yeah, that first game was really important. That's what gives me hope. If they didn't win that first game, it was over.
You don't think the scoreline or the not so much of a blowout, but how that last game went is not concerning though.
No, not really.
In the Wolves.
Especially if Ant is gonna hurt because he like came off like
he
during
got
the part
stepped
of a
on.
game, but he came back on. But it just we'll see.
What are you lot saying on this one? Anyone got any
think-
thoughts on this one? Like
Minnesota
I
Timberwolves
got
in
Wolves in
6.
6.
Yeah,
Wolves.
Me as well.
Timberwolves are winning 6 because
You know, I'm riding with you guys.
Jeff brought a good point. Like they're reassessing Steph
KG.
for game 5. So there's still 2 games in between. Like I don't know if they're gonna be
Nah, bro.
simple like to win. And plus, the thing that I find quite interesting right now is Steve Kerr is really using his whole rotation pretty much. Like bare guys, random guys, that are just coming into the rotation. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? This ain't regular season. This ain't end of the season, bro.
But the thing is, this is not new, so it's not like they're not.
Yeah,
used
he always
to it.
does this.
So he always does it.
Like I
So
feel
it's
like
not
he
new,
doesn't
but
need-
it's not new though. These dudes are used to playing with each other. It's not
Yeah.
like bringing somebody cold off the bench that's never played with the first team. Like he's done
does
this
that, yeah.
all season.
That's
But
He's done it
Roland-
all
But it's
season.
really-
So
I
these
think
guys
it's a-
know how to play with each other.
I think
Which
it's
I don't
probably
find
about
to
the
be a
gap
bad
in talent.
thing.
I think it's about the gap in
That's why
talent at
this is
this
what I'm
point.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them guys
If
coming
you're
off the
saying
bench
gap
while
in
Steph
talent,
is
then yes, definitely.
Yeah, he's trying to compensate for the fact that
No, but the
You got to make up for Steph's points.
Yeah,
the role players in the Timberwolves are much better than the role players at the Warriors.
Understand.
So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
no, Naz Reid will start for the Warriors, but he's a 6-man.
Yeah, but I agree with Roland's point though. He uses too much players. Like I always say, he is the first NBA coach with CTE because I don't like some of his lineups. Like, someone's lineups drive me crazy. Like, I'll be out there like, who is this guy? And why is he out there at this moment?
Where's the CTE come from, bro?
Go ahead.
And Michael Jordan punching him in the face during practice.
All I was gonna say is, I mean, could be worse. They could shoot 12% from three, like a certain team in Massachusetts.
Where your team at right now?
Can you say that again? Just for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
I said they could shoot 12% from three, like a team in Massachusetts.
Could you read the caption, bro?
I hate the caption. I hate the caption.
The caption is diabolical.
No. So this clown thinks I didn't watch the Arsenal video where in the middle of an Arsenal hatred, he somehow remembers me. So to correlate the team you hate the most,
with what did?
Wait.
Yo, and you're supposed to be his good friend.
With the guy that's
He's my
supposed to be a
friend.
friend. No, but Roland, you imagine correlating in the time of a team you hate the most, You
And I
remember
pull you up.
You remember
What
your
was the
friend.
need? What was the need for it though? How did I correlate? What did I say?
Diabolical. Wow.
What did I say? I can't even remember. I be saying stuff, man.
You hate me and you hate the Pakistani community. It's fine.
No. I refute it, bro. I refute it, bro. Oh man. Listen, oh my god. No black man.
Peter, I'm not saying anything wrong.
You think?
Get out.
Yo, the fact that this man thought you was Punjabi the other morning, bro. I was like,
what are we doing? How? I didn't want to remove Wajid first as well, Like, luckily, Peter went no more because I just want to talk about basketball, man. X and O's, man. X and O's, guys. X and O's.
It's fine.
Welcome back to the show.
Wait. What do you think he celebrated when India attacked, bro?
I think we should talk about.
I think he celebrated, bro.
Hey, can we move on?
No, let's.
No. All right, hold on. Where do we go? Wait, you know what? We're gonna this is what we do, a refresher. We're gonna do a refresher. The only one I can use in this moment is Yo-Yo. Sorry, Yo-Yo, man.
Jump around if you're proud to be black. Well.
There you go. Always Peter with the levity there, boy. Guys, we're here tomorrow, by the way. I spoke to production as well. They're like, yeah, let's go. It's a big game. 8:30. I get to see how JP reacts when his team is losing in the NBA. And there's something that is just
that's presumptuous, but okay.
KG, we have one more series to talk, bro.
Yeah, let's talk about the Cavs and Pacers tonight, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna hold my hand up. I didn't expect the Pacers to play this well.
Bring the predictions, bro.
I know
Bring
you
the
didn't. I know.
Bring the predictions.
When KG asked me about this series, I said it's going to be really hard for me to pick who's going to win this series. I said it.
Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Everyone said Cavs in 6.
No, I never said Cavs.
Hold on.
I never said Cavs.
Everyone but Peter. That's what I've got.
No. I never said Cavs. Ask Roland. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I think she said
really
Pacers.
can't choose because
you have to.
This is going to be a
I was
tough
like,
series.
I don't know, and then I went.
No,
Cavs.
you snakes. Listen. Peter was the one that came out.
I know I said Cavs. I
never said Cavs.
I said Cavs. I said I don't know how it's gonna go.
Wait,
hold on. I never
Peter,
chose.
who was with you on this pick? Who was with who?
I think I was the only one saying Pacers, clearly.
That's why I wrote down literally.
I never picked a team because I said it was difficult. And Roland, remember I said this. I said the Pacers, and everybody's like, no, but the Pacers don't got the talent that the Cavs have. And I was like, no, but the Pacers can play.
You know,
going to be.
why I chose the Pacers. Yeah, the same reason I said the NCAA championships for the Villanova boys count. Because of Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton winning a championship with USA, Nemhard and Mathurin winning the bronze against the USA in the World Cup last 2 years ago. Siakam winning a championship with Toronto. So that's why I thought, they have a winning feeling. The Cavs are young, inexperienced. I don't think no one won the championship in their roster. So that's why I went with the Pacers.
We're gonna be shameless and act like they're not missing 3 important players that they
That's
can't.
what I
Like,
was
on the
we're
second
gonna be
game.
shit.
Bro, I don't care. 2-0 up. Argue
matters,
with everyone.
Everyone
I don't
healthy. Who wins?
Peter, the
It doesn't.
Peter, if you're gonna be American, if you're gonna be American, Peter, the same is argue with your mother.
That's true. No excuses. Like
No excuses, man. This is
Argue with your mother.
Also in the first game.
No, especially game 2. Tonio, that game 2 collapse is disgusting.
Game 1, they haven't missed anyone. Game 1 only Darius Garland.
But that game 2 collapse.
The game 2,
you can't blame injuries on that. That was disgusting.
No, game 1 they missed Garland though. I think Garland is the biggest miss out of everyone that's missing.
The reality is, the defensive player of the year,
Mobley
wasn't there. He wasn't there, bro. Like, so that's a guy that's anchoring your defense. You can't really trust Jared Allen on his own, right? He needs backup, right? Like, and Mobley.
And now you're saying to me that the number 1 team in the East, because they're missing one pin, the entire team falls apart.
But they're not that deep.
But pull a pin out of a grenade, it'll blow up.
But the reality is, like a few years ago, I was like, the Pacers are a team to watch, right?
Yeah, but what happened to their star player? So you pull that pin out of the grenade. So you're trying to tell me what's his face is not of the caliber to carry the team, even if you missing a player. He can't round the troops up. He can't push the team. He don't have it.
Yeah, in my opinion,
the drop off is too big.
I don't think Donovan
Same
Mitchell's
thing with the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't consider Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, we know what
I don't either. I'm being facetious.
Donovan Mitchell,
he's their best player.
He's their best player, but he's not like the
yeah.
Like the Cavs to me remind me a lot of the like Pistons in the early 2000s, where like nobody averaged over 20 points a game, but they were strong defensively and they were solid offensively. If you take Richard Hamilton off of that team, yeah, you still got Chauncey Billups and everybody else, but they don't win. They're not as successful because they don't have a superstar caliber player that's going to elevate you. Like, I agree with you, Riri. They be trying to make it seem like Donovan Mitchell is on the same level. He's an all-star. That's like his level. He should make the all-star most season.
48 points ain't a joke, bro.
But he does.
It ain't a joke, but it ain't enough.
Yeah, he does all the time.
But get 50.
He scored 72 points, like two.
That's what I'm saying. If you need 50, you need 50.
It didn't mean anything.
I think he's like the third player with most 40 points game in the playoff and still lose. He has a record for that.
If Evan Mobley is there, does Tyrese Halliburton get that rebound off of the free throw miss? No. Probably not. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, the way that their team is constructed, they are it's constructed in a way that is not superstar based. Yeah,
they're too dependent.
Yeah, they can't lose somebody and like be like good. If that makes sense.
Ty Jerome ain't doing nothing for me, bro. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not, bro.
Like, that's why I said.
So now what is Indian for? I mean,
I think Indiana got this. Unless Garland and Mobley come back.
I don't think it's gonna be a sweep.
I'll be a sweep,
gentleman sweep. I think it'll be.
Yeah, I think it'll be like 5 or 6.
Because Hunter and
I think Boston's gonna get gentleman swept.
I agree with you.
Yeah, you can just.
I am with you, KG.
Nah, they won't win it.
Hey, production, give me controls. I can take him out of it. I can take this guy out of it, man.
I feel like Boston's gonna get gentleman sweep, boy.
It's all right. It's all right.
Don't fall for it, Roland.
Tatum's going for Finals MVP. Remember, guys, Tatum's going for Finals MVP this year.
Roland, don't listen to people whose team is in Cancun right now. Only listen to people whose team is still playing.
On that,
my team is not in Cancun, bro. My team is on South Beach. I'm just saying.
They always on South Beach.
They always on. Exactly. We don't gotta go far, bro.
Before we go, because we're back tomorrow, yeah, and we can there's so much we can chop up in the game. I think it's gonna be crazy. So I don't even know if we'll be able to really get into a real conversation. But who's been your MVP of this of just like the playoffs so far? Like I go around and ask you guys one by one. Who's been your player that's like, you know what?
I already have one. Mine's Brunson for sure. Because like in the fourth quarter, like Mr. Clutch, like he's showing up for his team. Like
that's mine as well.
that's mine.
Brunson for you, Antonio. That's mine as well. Absolutely. Watch it. Who's yours?
Jason Tatum. Do you see the way that man's clutch? Man,
you didn't mean Luka Doncic?
The game was on. I'm not a Lakers fan. The game was on the line, right? 24 seconds left on the shot clock, and he said, "You know what? I got an open dunk with 5 seconds. Let me take 5 seconds off this clock and give New York the ball back with it." That's my MVP. But in all seriousness, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, he's my second. He's my second.
Like the way he's the star player on that Pacers team, and I did not expect this.
Yeah, they call him overrated, and he took it personally.
Yeah, he took that personally. But yeah,
totally.
Tyrese.
Peter.
Tyrese, yeah, same.
All right, Riri.
Bunsen burner, bro.
All right, let's go to these Boston fans. Let's see what they say. All right, Roland.
I can't lie. No. It's Tyrese Halliburton for me, man. Like he stepped up massively for the Pacers, man. Like in both games, like scoring the winner in the second game, and then just the way he was facilitating in the first game.
Yeah, he heard when you said he was a bum, Roland. He heard you.
I mean, he need to rise it, fam. He did.
All right, and then finally, Jeff.
For this round, Miles Bridges. He had a lot of.
That's not a bad call.
Oh, the whole playoffs, Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Okay. For this round so far, Miles Bridges. He's had
that's not a bad call,
He has
Jeff. I
big
respect
overtime. He made 2 big defensive stops to win those games for the Knicks. So
I respect
him.
I respect that. I respect that, Jeff.
Can we ask about a player that obviously still fighting to get respect? You lot said it depends how he moves in the next series, and I think he's still on course doing his job. Cat, finally, just quick thoughts on him, because you said you're going to judge him in this series. I think he's done what he needs to do. Am I right or wrong in saying that?
First game, no. Second game,
2,
yes. Yeah.
Game 1, 2, he stepped up. First game, Cat didn't.
No, he got babied.
He knew Jack.
Well, he was in foul trouble. That's always the problem with Cat. Can he stay on the floor? When he's on the floor offensively, he's a great player. But the problem is defensively, he reaches too much. He doesn't move his feet well enough against quicker players, and he ends up picking up bad fouls.
I think his IQ's building up, though. He's getting smarter. He knows how to.
He's been in the league like 10 years.
If
his IQ still low now, then there is no hoop.
There is no up for that, KG. If it's still low,
you know what's funny? You know what's funny? He acts like Draymond Green for me, except he's sassy with it. He's not aggressive. He's like a sassy Draymond Green. Very sassy.
There's no
every call.
Draymond Green, bro.
Nah, he's we need to make Draymond Green. He's just a sassy.
We need to make predictions, bro.
Oh yeah, let's make our predictions.
Nuggets and Timberwolves.
Let's do that one and write that down. Go on. So what are you lot telling me?
Nuggets and Timberwolves. Timberwolves is tomorrow.
No, we didn't make predictions for the series.
For the series,
yeah.
I said Golden State in 7. So
Riri's got Golden State in 7.
Pierre, you mean Nuggets? You meant Nuggets Thunder, right?
Nah. Let's not do that because they will just keep changing every week depending on the result in it. Let's just talk about what the.
No, I need it the whole thing. I just want the exact. So I've got Warriors 6. Wajid said in 6. Riri said in 7. Antonio said in 7. I got Wolves in 7. Roland's got them in 6. Peter's got them in 6.
And Jeffrey as well.
In 7. I got them Wolves in 7.
Yeah, the only matchup that I didn't pick was that Cavs Indiana game.
And the other one we haven't done is OKC Nuggets.
All right, what you lot saying? OKC. Let's go.
I'll do Nuggets in 6.
It's tough, man.
Wow.
Yeah, this is tough for me because it's either OKC in 6,
Nuggets
Denver in 7.
Nuggets in 6.
It depends on game 3, man. If Denver come out and do the business, hey, it's long. I think it might be Denver in 7. You know.
Yeah, I think so too.
Denver in 7. Rolling 7.
Yep, I'll go Denver in 7 too.
Tonio 7. What were you telling me?
OKC have to win this in 6. If it goes game 7, then the Nuggets, the Nuggets win it. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go OKC in 6. Okay.
If we did this 0-0, it would be different.
It would be different, yeah, for sure.
I would have chosen Nuggets, but
but that's Eastern European tax, isn't it?
Trust me.
It's the MVP. It's the MVP tax.
Every single time we talk about the Denver Nuggets, he's here for
No. I'm a Lakers fan, bro.
Nah, you're like a Lakers.
I'm a Lakers fan, bro.
Well,
I got OKC in 7.
We're doing it 1-1, so it's not like any team is up over the other one. It's 1-1. It's just like
but it's a break.
What break? There ain't no break, bro.
Okay.
This is still.
Why are you flexing the New York then? New York 2 wins. Why are you flexing if there's no breaks?
He's flexing because it's New York energy.
If there are no breaks, if there are no breaks.
Let me tell you something. You see there?
You got it right there. You got it right there.
We flex regardless, bro. We don't ever back down. We flex regardless.
Like Peter, you hear how they talking? I told you they ain't won since
bro.
74.
Our swag is always on 100. We never,
crazy, bro.
Our swag never diminishes.
I actually want the Celtics to win now.
Our swag is always on 100.
Wait.
Yeah, Peter, you can't say that. You're a Lakers fan. You can't say that as a Lakers fan.
You're a weird Laker fan. What do you mean?
Yeah, bro.
What is going on?
Too much talking, bro.
Yo, you know what the New Yorkers call a man like Peter Fugazi?
Yeah.
Bro, Fugazi, Bing Bang.
Peter Fugazi, bro.
This, that.
Fugazi.
Nah, they need to
chop cheese, chop cheese, and this
That's what
and
they
that.
call it, right? Fugazi. He's straight Fugazi.
Can I ask
man.
why they keep saying did Tatum really sleep in his mom's bed for a long time? Where's they?
Oh
where they
my
gonna
God,
I'm not gonna lie, he probably did.
Why are we ending the show here?
You watching?
Why have we ended the show here?
No.
You are watching too many of those TikTok street
Yeah,
things from
man.
New York.
Trust me, bro.
NBA Centel, bro. He got Centel.
You know when they say I got Centel. Where's that come from though? Where is that part come from? Like, what is that though? Like, did she say she pestered it for a long time? Like,
where has Odegaard has more expected hair flicks and assists come from? It's just slander, fam.
Slander. I'm with you.
Straight slander, KG. Don't get
Slander be slandered.
Brethren.
Slander be slandered. Warriors getting home. Hey, big up. Well done. Listen, no more bets, bro. No more
Peter,
bets.
Don't.
Stop, bro.
I'm gonna stay betting with. I'm gonna stay picking with you, bro, because I can't have you doing this.
Yeah, never again. Never again.
I'm not doing this with you.
C1K, shout out NYC, KG. Let's be real. Celtics won a chip win. Embiid, Donovan Mitchell, and Luka was hurt. Luke chip.
And Giannis.
Bro, what are you talking
All right,
about?
so everybody was hurt. Okay.
All
right, everybody was hurt. Everybody was out there.
Drop a bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at us.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that. Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
I said drop a bomb, Dad.